Hey guys, it's Katie. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about my goals for 2020. I love these kind of videos. I love to watch them, I love to make them, and I love to be able to look back on them a year from now. I'm a huge goals person. I love New Year's resolutions. So today we're going to be talking about my goals for Booktube, my goals for reading, my goals for my personal life, just all the goals. I have a lot of goals this year. 2019, looking back on it, I had such a good year. I accomplished so many things and like such a wide variety of things, and I'm so proud of that. And honestly, I was surprised when I looked back on like everything that happened in that year. And so this year I'm striving for something similar. I want to accomplish a lot of different goals in a variety of different topics. So basically I tried to make this list well-rounded. I would love to hear down below in the comments what some of your goals for the new year are, or tell me what you're most proud of from 2019. I would like seriously love to hear about that so I can hype you guys all up and say congrats for whatever it is that you accomplished last year. You guys are 100% cooler than I am, so you probably have some really interesting things that you did last year. For me, 2019, I think the big ones were graduating college, getting a job, quitting the job, starting to work for myself, moving out, getting my own place, adopting the cats, all of the big things. So before we jump into my goals for the new year, thank you so much Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. I am so incredibly lucky to still be working with Skillshare. I started working with them last summer, and they're a company that I genuinely really love. If you don't know what Skillshare is, they're an online learning community with tens of thousands of different classes that you can take in a wide variety of different subjects. Skillshare could be your perfect companion to accomplish any of your goals for 2020, especially if they include learning a new skill, which as you will see is on my list. This will be my first year in my entire life since preschool, basically, that I'm not in school. I'm not going back to school. I'm done. And I love learning. I've always been a really good student because I just really enjoy being a student. Not going back to school is a little bit weird, and I want to keep learning. I want to keep challenging my brain and challenging myself to learn new things. So I took a lot of Skillshare classes last year that weren't surprising. I took writing classes, I took freelancing classes, I took finance and business classes to help me as I was building my business. This year, I want to challenge myself to try some completely new things. So one class I'm really interested in actually is Style Your Space, Creative Tips and Techniques for Interior Design. I just moved into my own place. I haven't really decorated yet. All of my furniture that I have, pretty much I just moved over from my parents' house, and I would love to really make this place feel like mine and make it feel like home. I'm not artistic in any way, shape, or form. I don't have an eye for this kind of thing. So hopefully this will help me come up with some ideas on how to make my space look a little more me. And then I'm also interested in Modern Money Habits, 5 Steps to Build the Life You Want. Again, I work for myself. I'm living on my own now. I'm really having to start to think about my money and everything. And honestly, I think I'm pretty good with money as it is. I'm way more of a saver than a spender, but I feel like I always have more to learn, so I'm really looking forward to this class as well. So if Skillshare is offering a deal for my viewers, I'll have a link down below in my description, which you can click if you want to get their premium membership for 2 months for free. They're super affordable. It's less than $10 a month, and the premium membership gives you unlimited access to all of their classes. So if you want to learn alongside me in the new year, make sure to check out the link down below in my description. Highly recommend them. Plus now you can try it for free. So anyway, now let's get straight into my goals for this year. So I'll start with the one you probably all care about the most, my reading goals. I've gone back and forth. I've tried different things every year with the Goodreads challenge. Some years I put my goal as 1 book, so then I'm not stressed, not worried about it, don't have to log on and see you're 5 books behind schedule, because who likes to see that? But this year I wanted to really challenge myself. I just made my best books of the decade video where I went through and looked at my stats for every single year and talked about my reading every year, and I noticed my reading kind of went like this, like how many books I read in each year. And the top, like the most books I've read in a year being back in 2013, 2014, back when I was in high school. Back then, I was reading 75 plus books. I would really like to get back to that number. I feel like that's a feasible number for me. I've done it before. So I set my goal for 75 books. The thing is for me though, this year, I realized that I'm spending a lot less time reading books for fun, because part of my freelance services, I edit books for people and I do beta reads for people. And obviously that takes the same amount of time as reading a published book. And so I don't know if there's a possible way to track that on Goodreads, the books that I've beta read, or if I'm just gonna have to keep track of that on my own. But I am gonna start counting those this year because it's a book. I read a book and I spent more time on that book than I went on a regular book because I'm giving feedback on the book. So 75 books, including the books that I do for work, is my goal. I was gonna set it at 100, but I figured I'll set it at 75, and if I just happen to reach 100, it'll be a nice surprise. Goal number 2, for YouTube, I want to keep posting at least 2 times per week. I definitely think this is doable for me. I've been posting 2 times a week pretty much all year, I think. Especially now that I do those weekly reading vlogs, that's one built-in video every single week. So then I really only have to focus on doing 1 sit-down video a week, and I definitely think that's doable. And honestly, I've just noticed I'm a happier version of myself when I'm consistent with my videos. Like, I really enjoy doing this, and it's something that whenever I push it on the back burner and I don't prioritize, I notice it. So that's definitely something I just want to keep being consistent. Now, I do have some secret projects coming in the new year, which I will be doing announcements for relatively soon, so I'll talk about them soon. Don't want to talk about them in this video because I don't want to spoil the surprises, but I'm really excited about them. Like, so excited about them. I went back and forth for months on whether or not I was going to do these things, and I just decided within the last couple months, you know what? We're going to go all in and we're just going to do it. We're gonna stop second guessing it. So I'm all in and I'm really excited, and I'm really excited to talk about it, but not yet. Not yet. I can tell you though, you can definitely expect to see a second poetry collection for me coming out this year. I'm excited. I'm super excited about this. My first poetry collection, The Sweetest Kind of Poison, came out the summer of 2018. So we're getting close to 2 years now. Time passes like crazy when you're in college and you're drowning in work. But the second collection is practically done. I'm sending it to beta readers right now. If you missed that post in my community tab, go check the community tab, because that has all of the instructions on there. Some other goals. I want to write the sequel to the book that I wrote for NaNoWriMo this year. I'm having so much fun with this series. It came out of nowhere, and I really want to write the second book. Maybe I'll do that during like a Camp NaNoWriMo. Another writing goal is I want to finish this draft of my science fiction novel. This one, it's been with my beta readers this year, and this one is also the first book in a series, and I've realized I'm pretty sure I want to cut out a big chunk of it and have that be in the sequel, which means this first book is going to need another major rewrite. So it's daunting, but I think it's what the book needs. So it's going to be a really big undertaking for this year. And I also, for the love of God, just want to come up with a title for it. I'm so bad at titling books. It's the hardest part of the process for me. I can write the whole thing, I'll revise it, I'll edit it 300 times, but I can't ever come up with a title. I've just been calling it Project Z, and for a while there, I just toyed with the idea of just leaving that as the title because it kind of works in a weird way. But no, we're gonna try and come up with a cool, badass title for this book. And the problem is it's the first book in a series too, so I also need to think about series title and what am I gonna name the sequel, and it's a whole ordeal. But I want to finish that major rewrite of that first book and come up with the title, and potentially, this isn't even on my list, I'm just thinking of it now, maybe I'll get to outlining the second book, but I don't know. I don't know how I ended up writing 2 series at the same time now. Maybe this will be the year when I just absolutely lose my mind. Now this next one is a little less concrete, but I really want to work on separating my work from my identity this year. I am someone who, obviously, if you watch my vlogs, I think you know this, I really like to be productive and I take a lot of pride in my work. Like, I'm so incredibly grateful that I can do what I love for work, but that makes it really, I don't know, it's a fine line between what I do and who I am, and I just really want to stop looking at myself from the lens of seeing my identity in what I do and just kind of explore who I am without my work, which sounds so basic, I think, but as someone who was always like an overachiever in school and found my identity in my success through school, I've kind of carried that over into my work, and it's not the healthiest, especially if you hit, you know, a roadblock, if you face rejection or failure or something. It can feel more than just like a work failure. It's like a personal failure as you as a human being, which is definitely not healthy. So I just want to start finding more balance in that and separating my identity from my work more. And then a couple of things kind of related. I want to establish a healthy morning routine. My mornings, as you guys know, start incredibly early. I wake up at 5 o'clock, I teach a class, and it's the winter time, so the sun doesn't even come up until like over 2 hours after I get up. And mornings are actually my favorite time of day, especially in the summer when there's light at like 5 in the morning. And so now I just really want to work on establishing a morning routine that makes me excited to get out of bed again, makes me enjoy my mornings again, even if there's no sunlight. And this is something as simple as, you know, getting up, doing my teaching, grabbing a cup of coffee, and maybe doing my yoga practice every morning, going for a walk outside to get some fresh air, doing some journaling. I really want to get back into meditation this year. I used to be so into meditation and I still love it. I just don't prioritize it anymore, and I just don't do it as often anymore. And I always notice such a difference when I do it every day, even if it's just for like 5 minutes. I just want to really, I don't know, like rededicate myself to making that a habit. And I think the important thing for me there is just making it part of a routine, because now I'm like always saying like, oh, I'll do it later. Oh, I'll do it later. Oh, I'll do it later. And then it's the end of the night and I'm so tired that I'm like, no, I'm just gonna go to bed because I'm too tired. And then I just never do it. So if I just sat like at this time is when I will meditate, I think that's all it's gonna take. Like I just need to find a place for it in my routine, probably in my new morning routine. The next one is to fall back in love with fitness. I have loved working out my entire life. It's such a stress reliever for me. It really helps my mental health. I love feeling strong. I genuinely just enjoy doing it. And this year, I've just kind of, I don't know, fallen out of love with it. I don't love what I'm doing anymore. It's not as much fun for me anymore. And I'm thinking, instead of trying to force myself to continue doing the things that I used to love, maybe that means I need a shift. Maybe that means I need to try something else. You know, I was super into weightlifting the past couple of years. I loved going to the gym, lifting weights, being super strong, building muscle. And right now that's just not fun for me and I don't look forward to it. And often I just don't go to the gym because I don't want to do it. And so lately I've been just trying new things. I've been going to a lot of workout classes, like group fitness classes. I find really fun. I've been going to a lot of kickboxing classes. I've been going to yoga classes again. I've just been running on the treadmill. I want to find something that I enjoy as much as I used to enjoy weightlifting. And then I think the rest will fall back into place and I'll start working out more consistently again once I find something that I enjoy again. My next goal is vague, but I would love to take a trip. I don't know, I haven't traveled as much since I got back from my study abroad my junior year. And I love, even if it's something as simple as like getting on a flight and going to Las Vegas, which is like a 45-minute flight for me. I just want to go somewhere. I just want to plan something. It doesn't have to be extravagant. Maybe I'll plan it with some friends from college so I can see them. I just want to plan a trip at some point this year to go somewhere, even if it's by myself. Like I'm totally down to do a solo trip as well. I just feel like I need something to look forward to this year, something to plan, somewhere new to go. The next one is find new social opportunities. This is difficult now that I work from home most of the day and I work for myself, and when I do leave my house, it's usually with the children that I nanny. I don't see people my own age anymore. I don't live with people my own age anymore. I'm not in college. I'm not surrounded by them anymore. And I'm such an introvert and I'm so comfortable being alone. Like I could go a week without ever leaving my house and I would be perfectly happy. And I probably wouldn't even notice it. But then when I do go out, it's not like I don't want to go out. When I do go out, I have a ton of fun. It just like, I just forget to do it for whatever reason. So this year I really want to try to force myself to seek out new social opportunities. And so that means like, you know, going out with my friends here, but also, you know, maybe finding a club to join or some place that I want to volunteer. Just something new to try to set into my schedule. You know, maybe I'll find a book club or join a running group or just something new to give me something to look forward to in my weeks again, you know? Some kind of structured social event so I can force myself to interact with other people. The next one is money related. I want to add $10,000 to my savings account, and then I also want to set up a retirement bank account. Trying to be financially responsible, trying to plan ahead. I was actually super good about saving money this year, so basically I just want to keep up with that. Start planning for my future a little bit, especially because I am self-employed and I don't have an employer like contributing to a 401k or something right now. Want to be smart about it. And then my last one is I want to be more consistent and punctual about my book club. If you didn't know, I run a book club on my Patreon page and I love it. And I kind of fell off the map a little bit at the end of last year because of NaNoWriMo, moving, Vlogmas, every excuse you can think of. Either way, I just want to plan ahead. I started to get so stressed out about it to the point where it wasn't fun anymore and I didn't even want to do it anymore because I just wasn't planning ahead. So basically I just want to plan the books further ahead in advance, give myself more time so I don't have to feel stressed about it, and just get a little more organized with that. I'm so organized in every other aspect of my life, But for whatever reason, for this thing, I'm just an absolute mess. And it's not like it would be very hard to get myself organized. I just need to sit down and do it. So yeah, those are my goals for the new year. I think they're all very realistic, nothing too crazy. I would love to hear down below in the comments what some of your goals for the new year are. And like I said, please tell me something awesome that you accomplished last year, something that was exciting, or even something that you're really looking forward to this year. I'd love to just hear about how your lives are going. I'm just nosy and genuinely curious. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for sticking around on my channel. I know some of you have been here for a long time, and whenever I hear that you've been here since like my awkward phases in like 2016 or something, I find that just genuinely touching. I'm very happy to have you guys here. If for some reason you watched this whole video and you're new here and you don't even know who I am, hi, welcome. I would love it if you would subscribe and stick around. I put up at least 2 to 3 new videos every single week. If you like this video, I'd appreciate it if you'd give it a thumbs up. You can follow me elsewhere. I have all of my links down below in the description. And other than that, I will just see you guys in my next video very, very soon. Bye.
So hit me. So hit me. So hit me. First a confession. With you, I feel a connection. With